Greetings there, Tubaneros. For the past couple of weeks, I've had an off-the-wall troll popping up on my channel, accusing me of being a Tea Partier, Alex Jones wingnut, etc. For those of you who might have been priorly exposed to my video commentary, you already know this man is himself a clueless wingnut. For him, anything radically challenging conventional mental sterility is teabagism. But even a broken clock can be right twice a day. So, in that spirit, I'll give the teabaggers and Alex Jones their dues. They have the right ideas in theory, even as they embrace the wrong ones in fact. However, their far radicalism is just the well-subsidized wedge of oligarch billionaires, such as the infamous Koch bros, who seek to turn the US&A into their private plantation and you into their faithful serving darky. Field variety for most, house if you're good. The counter-vision of a Congress filled with left activists holding a GOP president and the national budget hostage unless he signed off on universal single-payer Medicare or defunded the Pentagon's imperial war machinery is therefore unlikely given the unequal stacked deck of American foul democracy. But heavy subsidy and patronage is not the only reason for the entrenchment of teabaggers in power, and the Occupy movement left in the streets to be hosed down like garbage. A good bit of it is our own fault. Since the victories of the 60s became law of the land, allegedly, like civil rights or the anti-war movement successfully brought to a close the longest and most useless war in American imperial history, the left has grown fat and complacent. Gone are the likes of the Berrigans, of Students for Democratic Society and the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, or Saul Alinsky. For all their faults, such men and women were committed to the struggle for the long haul. They had few laurels to rest upon, and they also knew that to rest on the few they had was to crush them. Today we're content to mostly sit and whine at the TV or over our Nation magazine, to burrow ourselves in our careers, to make a difference one step at a time, to organize a party in the streets, the Occupy movement, and then willingly submit like dutiful citizens when Mr. Policeman calls curfew. Folks, this is not how you change things. This is not how you make a difference. Believing your victories have been won, that all you have to do is just appeal to some federal law and bring a violation before the courts, then poof! Instant constitutional justice under the law is yours, is our deadliest illusion. To baristas, it was never more than half true at best. Now we see it being stripped from us like our own clothes in a holdup, and still we can't grasp or believe we're standing about as naked as 40 years ago, with just a pair of boxer shorts between us and the cold winds of reaction. We're as in need of Alinsky's, Carmichael's, Berrigan's, Hayden's, and Hoffman's as ever, but none are on the horizon. Until apparently the last shred of baby fat is worked off your asses, only then will you rise off them and face this reality. The system does not work for you. It does not protect you. And to make it do so requires hard, committed, and I won't say ruthless, but I will say determination. Activism that knows what it needs and knows that to get it requires intelligence, compassion, unity, courage, and an athlete's strength to endure, even in jail, even over a ruined credit score, even over loss of professional peer status. You've got to get out there and get your feet wet, your hands dirty, maybe even your nose busted, to show the ruling powers you're no punk in a backpack skipping along, chanting, "This is what democracy looks like." No, 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 folks. Democracy is when you have the courage to tell nice Mr. Policeman no when he orders you to move along, your rights be damned, even when he goes for his taser and says he will not warn you again. Democracy is the child of that encounter. It's up to you whether it emerges a strong, healthy offspring or an abortion. Uh-oh, another timely knock on the tube line. Hello? Who? Fidel Castro? Man, I thought you were dead. No? You saw my last video and want to tell me what I got wrong. No, not that either. You have advice for our new generation of activists. Well, now, you created a one-man, one-party totalitarian statist dictatorship out of your revolution, didn't you? So what do you possibly have to tell us about creating democracy in our streets in our time? What's that? That change is impossible unless you do capture the state? That any change initiated before you have the power to defend it will be taken from you, like candy from a baby? That we're in the same trap as you in Latin America, like Guatemalans and Chileans. They had their social and political rights stripped from them because they believed the democratic process would abstractly work for them without first grasping its levers in their own hands? Well, you're not saying or Benz of Guatemala or deserved to be overthrown by the CIA and NSC, are you, Comandante? Or that Allende deserved his assassination by coup d'etat in Chile? Well, no, just that you do get the democracy and freedom you're willing to defend by any means necessary. Well, the trick is not to crush those hard-won laurels of victory one way or another, isn't it?